Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Well, got ourselves quite a nasty storm here, kicking up there near Jamaica. We got ourselves a Category 4 storm. We are still watching it, still Cat 4. Obviously at this point in time, the eye is no longer visible. We're going to go and hop on into this though. The eye is no longer visible, but this guy is definitely barreling right there towards Jamaica. It's right there just on the south eastern side of the coast. And honestly, the way that this thing is moving, it does kind of look like the center of the storm might actually make landfall down there in Jamaica. That's something I was kind of watching earlier before we went live here. I was kind of following its track, and it does look like there is a possibility that this thing could just slam its way into Jamaica. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for it over the next couple of hours. But what's up, everybody? Let's see who we got here. We have Johnny, we have CJ, we have Texas, we have Copper, we have Calvin, Tabletop, Rich. Oh, dropped my phone. Let's see here. Got ourselves Catman. Let's see, Crystal, Jamie, Angelina. Let's see here. And I think that's all. But everybody else who's not chatting and just hanging around, hope you guys are doing good out there. So, yeah, so like I said, this is the current state of it. Latest information on the storm here. The storm is still a Category 4. Sustained winds of 145 miles per hour. We're going to hop over to the main tropical view. So, yeah, that top right up there you guys can see, that is the latest information from the Hurricane Center. The low, that central low has really gone up. Overall in pressure. So let's go ahead and hop on over here to the Hurricane Center here, the latest cone. We did finally get some hurricane warnings out there in effect for the eastern Yucatan Peninsula with this storm here overall. This is the latest cone. We are expecting landfall to occur early Friday. Okay, so early Friday out there, we are expecting landfall out there in the Yucatan Peninsula. Obviously, we have ourselves, the Cayman Islands are still under those hurricane warnings. Obviously, Jamaica's under those as well. At this point in time, as of 11 o'clock this morning, so this was about 2 hours ago, we were seeing, the hurricane force winds just off the coast of Jamaica. But at this point in time, they are getting close, if they're not already in the hurricane force winds out there. Overall. So like I said, definitely is starting to barrel down on them. Like I said, the eye is completely no longer there, but like I said, regarding, the eye not being there, it's like I said, it's still a very powerful storm. It's still a Category 4 storm with 145 mile an hour sustained winds overall. Let's take a look at the hurricane hunters. I'm actually curious to see what they're up to. We have a couple of missions. one that's finished. We have one that is currently in the storm. And it looks like they actually... Here, let's hop y'all over here. It looks like they actually found the pressure even higher than that last 954 millibar scan. So the recent pass-through that they did in the eye, looks like they determined that the central low is around 960 millibars. Meaning that overall, the storm is weakening drastically. Like we were mentioning here yesterday, this thing is actually, not only fighting some wind shear, but it's actually starting to, have some land effects as it's approaching Jamaica. As it's starting to rub its way up against Jamaica there, with those mountain ranges and all that. It's really disrupting that lower level low, essentially. Let's see here. What's up, Wendy? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Isabel? Hope you're doing all right. Let's see here. I think they'll probably downgrade it to a Cat 3. Well, yeah, so regarding its track here, I mean, remember, it still is a kind of a mid-level Category 4 storm here. A Category 4 storm starts at 130 sustained and goes up to 155. So whenever it comes to it here, let's go and bring up the latest cone and everything like that for y'all. So, yeah, whenever it comes to it, actually, I'm probably going to get rid of that wind field. Wind field takes up a lot of space there. Yeah, so it is supposed to remain Category 4 as it rolls through. I feel like the storm, though, is going a little bit outside of the cone, as you guys can kind of tell. That central low is right here on that last scan. And this guy is just going, kind of really riding that northern cone there. Let's see here. Christy! Coming with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Christy. That is really awesome. That is really, really sweet of you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. That is really, really nice of you. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Christy. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, my friend. Let's see here. Calvin says, I was wondering why the Beryl is still a Category 4 when the wind shear is supposed to weaken it. Well, I mean, the wind shear has weakened it. It's pretty obvious that, the storm is, having a bit of a problem right now. It just didn't weaken it enough to downgrade it. Remember, this thing was a Cat 5 at one point, and it did get downgraded to Category 4. Yesterday it had winds sustained as it got downgraded to 155. It's now 145. So, yeah, the pressure, and as well as the winds, have weakened, essentially. The pressure's gone up, meaning the storm's weakened. The winds have gone down, meaning it's weakened. But it's still, like I said, still a very ferocious storm here. There's still really nasty winds on that storm overall. But yeah, I'm doing good, Isabel. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Starting to barrel down on them. Did I hear that right? Yeah. No pun intended. I used to think it was Beryl. So, Isabel, I renamed the storm. It is officially named Hurricane Cracker Barrel. That's the official name or the nickname of the storm. Is that a new blip of convection there? Look at that. Huh, that's interesting. But yeah, Hurricane Cracker Barrel is the official nickname that I've given this one. What's up, Kimberly? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. James says, last night I was jogging, or it was not you. It was jogging west. Now it's jogging northwest. It's doing its own thing. Yeah, it's kind of wobbling a little bit, and unfortunately, it's kind of wobbling more towards Jamaica. The cone obviously is just south of Jamaica, just barely on, like right on your doorstep. But like I said, this thing is. It seems like that central low is on the very far northern tip of that cone. So, like I said, it looks like this thing has a chance of actually doing a direct landfall at this point. Probably within the next couple of hours and stuff. Mark says Jamaica here, it's getting windy and starting to rain south St. Elizabeth. Well, stay safe out there, Mark. Stay safe out there, my friend. You said you're in St. Elizabeth. Let's see. Can't see if I can find St. Elizabeth. I'm not familiar with the towns in these areas here. Not to mention Jamaica's only so big. I don't know. You said it's starting getting windy and it's starting to rain. So you're probably somewhere on I'd say the western side. Obviously I'm just assuming that, but But yeah, we're definitely starting to, get the strongest of the storm really starting to get next to those areas of land there. Let's see here. The strongest winds are in the north eye wall, correct? Could be a worst case scenario. So, yeah, typically the northeastern quadrant of the storm is the most severe. That's where you have your most wind shear in a system. Not to mention also instability, but when it comes to it, though, I mean, the northeastern or the eastern side of the storm is the most severe. So basically what's going on right now is we're getting a lot of winds, pushing all of that water directly into the southeastern side of Jamaica right now. At the current moment, we're actually having a little bit of that water being pulled back a little bit on the other side. Because, like I said, it is a rotating counterclockwise low after all. It is kind of slightly pulling water back. But as this thing rolls to the west here, it'll eventually start, causing some surges out there as well. I can only imagine how bad the surging is over here right now. Hurricane Center didn't officially give any surge maps, so we don't really have much on the surges. But when it comes to it, though, yeah, I can only imagine, having 145 sustained, obviously gusting in this case, still up to 175. We're still talking some really nasty winds with that storm overall. Also on the eastern side, you notice there's this kind of big band out there that's kind of detached from the main system. Got some strong thunderstorm activity behind that as well. Now you can see some of the, some of those cloud tops out there, still pretty cold out there by Haiti. So they're likely still dealing with a little bit of rain, heavy precipitation. But the good news about Haiti, as well as the Dominican Republic, to the effects that they got, which it wasn't hardly much at all, tropical storm conditions for like Haiti, southern Haiti. That is, mostly heading out here. But yeah, like I said, right now, this thing is right up on Jamaica. And by tonight, this thing is going to approach out there by the Cayman Islands. Unfortunately, so yesterday's projections, they did show a Cat 2 upon approach of the Cayman Islands. Now it's supposed to be a Cat 3. So we obviously have went up in the category here. Sustained winds as it kind of passes by the Cayman Islands here. Sustained is going to be right around 115 miles an hour. So right there, kind of at I believe that's lower end. Yeah, lower end category 3. I think it starts at 111 plus, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. So 115 is kind of low in Cat 3, but still, definitely going to be still a major hurricane at that point in time as it approaches the Cayman Islands. Obviously, I want you all to be doing your final preps out there. Okay, I want you guys to do your final preps out there in the Cayman Islands. I mean, obviously, this thing is right up on Jamaica right now, but it won't take long for the system to get to you. Also, with further trajectory, we actually are expecting the storm to make landfall here as either a low-end Category 2 in the eastern Yucatan or an upper-level Category 1. And this thing will go over land. Obviously, it's taken away from the water. It's not going to like it too much, so it's going to weaken quite a bit, considerably. And then it's going to turn its way into a tropical storm, barreling off here right around, no pun intended, wind speeds sustained right around 60 with gusts up to 70. It does actually pick up a bit of strength here. It goes from 60 to 65. Look at this. I was mentioning this yesterday and how I thought it was possible, how we might actually be able to re-strengthen into hurricane strength. Hurricane Center, they agree. They actually agree on the thing becoming a hurricane again, potentially. Category 1. Low-end Cat 1 as it approaches either northeastern coastal Mexico or southern coastal Texas. Landfall will probably be right there near the border from what things are looking like. But like I said, if you're out there towards coastal Texas, mostly the central and southern coasts, as well as obviously northeastern coastal Mexico, that is where we need to heavily watch this. And honestly, at this point in time, no need to really freak out, but it wouldn't hurt to maybe get a case of water or two if you live out there. I know it's a lower end system. I mean, you guys are worse. You're used to seeing worse, but obviously even tropical storms can cause problems. So that is something we'll have to watch out for. But like I said, yeah, you guys have seen worse. I mean, one of the main concerns I'm kind of concerned about is maybe rainfall. We'll see. We'll definitely have to see how that plays out. But yeah, that's still a little ways away. So let's just go ahead and get through most of these areas here first before we really start talking about that. But yeah, so don't like I said, try not to worry about it too much. You guys will be more than fine. It's just, like I said, just prepare. I mean, like I said, no reason to go all out right now. That's basically what it comes down to. Let's see. Do I have a map of wind speeds? So I have model data showing what the wind speeds could look like. We obviously cannot be for sure exactly how strong the winds are unless we have an observational station, which I don't think they have MEDARs out there. I'm pretty sure they don't. Oops. Let's see here. I'm pretty darn sure that they do not have MEDAR stations out there. At least one's not on here I can look at. Maybe buoys nearby? I don't know if we have any buoys. Let's see here. We might have a buoy or two nearby. Which we don't, of course. Yeah, so yeah, we're kind of blind here with what I can see, at least, from everything going on here. Let's see here. Low in Cat 1, everyone's doomed. Yeah, dude, for real, Isabel. Yeah, people take it a little too serious. I mean, yeah, Category 4, I can understand. Yeah, it's pretty bad, but like, yeah, you know, lower in Cat 1, like I said, I mean, they've seen a lot worse. They've seen a lot worse. Not Jamaica. I'm talking about like Texas and Mexico, further down in time. We'll watch it though. We'll see how it plays out. Let's see here. When does the next advisory come out? So the last one, let's see, I think they push them every, I think don't they do it every hour, I think, whenever there's landfall in progress? Let's see, the last one was at 11. Last one was at 11. So I would say, probably around 2. So we're probably about to get a new update here soon. Like I said, the hurricane hunters recently, they actually found that the central low has gone up to right around 960. So the central low of the storm is higher, which is good, meaning that it's likely weakened a bit. And honestly, you know, at this point in time, y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if we're pushing near 140 sustained, or maybe even lower. We'll have to see. But I mean, as of the 11 o'clock update, it's still sustained at 145 with the central low here of 954 millibars. Here's a little quick look at the rain map. I'm going to go ahead and show you all this. So, yeah, this is the latest regarding the rain map. Obviously, Jamaica, yeah, y'all are getting slammed by a lot of rain on that southern and eastern side of the country here. You know, we definitely could see the potential out there of, you know, 12 plus inches, you know, 12 plus inches of rain, over a foot of rain, which to you guys translates to about 200 to 300 millimeters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all don't go off of inches. I think that's mostly just an American thing here, but yeah, so you guys, yeah, right around 200 to 300 millimeters. You can understand the severity of the rainfall. Not to mention, you know, you also got to think here that these places are getting surges as well. So obviously, you know, these areas are probably getting some of the heaviest surges. So if you don't know what storm surge is, it's basically water being pushed inland by the strong winds of the storm. So they're getting several feet of storm surge. You know, I'd say easily over 5-10 foot of storm surge out there. And whenever it comes to it there, you know, obviously we are seeing 8 to 12 inches of rain on top of that. So not only are we seeing coastal flooding from that surging, you know, from all that water just, you know, being pushed up against the land here, but you know, additionally, the precipitation that's falling out of the storm, you know, could accumulate over 12 inches or over 300 millimeters, which that would be even worse regarding it. Now, the storm, thankfully, it's not really moving that slow. The storm's moving pretty decently. Actually, you know what? It's slowed down quite a bit, actually. Since yesterday, it was moving west-northwest at 22. Now she's moving at 18 west-northwest. So it's actually dropped about 4 miles an hour. It's still moving pretty decently. You know, even at 18 miles an hour, it's moving pretty decently. Let's see. Are we sure this won't pick up speed again after Jamaica? So, Christy, personally, I feel like it will, you know, it might pick up a little bit of strength as it approaches, you know, just west of the Cayman Islands here. And just before impact there in the Yucatan. Now we are expecting some strengthening in the southern Gulf there with this storm here, so that is anticipated. I'd say possible maybe either sustainability, where it just kind of evens out, comes to an equilibrium, or it either maybe bumps up a little bit. It won't do anything significant, I don't think. I don't think it'll be that crazy enough. But basically, what's going on here, the big picture is, so we have the main storm, right? So the main storm's right here. spinning counterclockwise. And right now we have some really strong wind shear. So basically a lot of strong winds. That's not a part of the storm. That's basically, just bringing a jet of winds. And that's actually allowing for that structure of the storm to kind of destabilize. Which is allowing for the storm to kind of wobble a bit and kind of weaken. As this, most of its convection is just being kind of blown apart overall. But yeah, so like I said, that's that's kind of the concern right now. But once it heads up into these waters out there, those winds are set to weaken quite considerably, which could potentially either put the storm in neutral conditions here, either that, or it could actually put it into maybe a slight favorability of a small amount of strengthening. Let me actually show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you the support to back what I'm claiming here. Because I'm sure y'all are probably wanting to see some actual input on that, which I got you. Let me find it first. But yeah, like I was saying, that wind shear currently is a big problem for the storm overall. Let's see, where's that shear map? Where'd it go? I lost it. Just had it here. Is that it? Shear tendency. Oh, here we go. Found it. Perfect. All right. So as of as of the latest here, seems like things have updated a bit. It actually looks like the shear is a little bit stronger out there, but forecasting down in time, the shear is supposed to weaken as we approach. Right now, it's a little stronger out here, but it is actually set to weaken a little bit by the time we start rolling out there into those waters in the Western Caribbean. So either, like I said, either sustainability or maybe a slight strengthening can't be ruled out. But overall, it wouldn't do much regardless. I mean, we are still expecting this thing to be downgrading, continuously. Now it looks like here, it does look like that we will still likely be right around probably near a lower end Category 2 storm. As we approach here in the eastern side of the Yucatan Peninsula, we are likely going to be right around Category 1, maybe upper Cat 1 strength by the time we make landfall out there in the Yucatan. Then, of course, it weakens a bit. Then like I said, it picks up to hurricane strength again in the Gulf, which, like I said, I kind of think that's quite likely at this point. Like most of the models did actually support that overall. But anyway, so yeah, once again, y'all, here's the latest look at Cracker Barrel. So Cracker Barrel right now is really closing in on Jamaica. Wow, look at that convection. Look at that. There's pink and purple in that. Look at that, dude. Wow. Can't tell you how often I see pink and purple in the convective band there. It's pretty strong convection there near the storm, or near the center there. But yeah, no, at this point in time, like I said, that central low is located right in here. So we're obviously getting, some really nasty surging and coastal flooding happening right now on the southeastern side of Jamaica. It's definitely getting pretty rough out there. It should strengthen because, let's see here. That's why it's not weakening fast, because I always see it offsetting some of the shear. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely feeling it, of course. And like I said, we've lost the eye officially on it. The thing has been, weakening quite considerably. But that's also because of the fact that it is, rubbing up against land at this point. The lower level, wind field of this storm is being heavily disrupted by the terrain of Jamaica, which is also causing, not only is that shear, not really helping the storm intense, but it's also, that lower level wind profile is being heavily disrupted by Jamaica. But with that being said, though, obviously Jamaica, because of that, is feeling some really nasty effects overall. See, Cayman, new convective burst on the southwest side. Let's see, are you talking about this? No, southern side, maybe. Yeah, that central low, I'd say, is right in there. Yeah, so right to the south. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like we might have a new convective burst. Like I said, we have a lot of thunderstorm activity on that eastern side of the storm right now. You can actually see here, it is really convecting and chugging along there. But yeah, like I said, it's supposed to remain a Cat 4 as we roll through Jamaica. Unfortunately, whenever it comes to it, as we approach the western side. This will be later on this evening, right around 8 o'clock, so 7 o'clock for you guys, roughly. As we approach our way into this evening, we're going to see the storm here get, start still weakening at this point, but still remaining in Category 4. 130 sustained, low in Cat 4, but shortly after, I wouldn't be surprised if, like tomorrow morning, we're down to Cat 3, which will more than likely be the case. Let's see. Hopefully the Saharan dust will suppress any more tropical development. We don't need another hurricane going the same area where Beryl went. Yeah, honestly, I agree for sure. Let's actually take a look at the cams real quickly. I want to see not cameras, but the cams model. It's a model run here. Let's see here. We're gonna take a look at the cams. Yeah, I want to see what is going on with the Saharan dust. So most of the dust is heading north of this storm here overall. So that is, so that's kind of preventing this from really doing a whole lot here. Let me hop y'all over here. So here's the Saharan dust. Let's get that night mode in here. Who likes day mode? So, yeah. So obviously, right in this time being, obviously today we're at the 3rd, so we're kind of right in this point in time. So yeah, the hurricane's right in here, right? So it's kind of it's kind of dodging all that dust. But yeah, later on down in time, the dust is going to be really just swirling out there. Honestly should prevent from further development, maybe. At least in the immediate future, we're not seeing anything else. Now, 96L, the one other storm that has a really low chance of forming now, this one is actually in that dust currently. So that's kind of, I believe that's probably why that one storm behind it is probably not doing so well. It's because of that. Here, let's hop on back over to that. So yeah, here's Beryl. Let's go and hop over to 96L if there's even a thing on it. Okay, we'll hop over here then. I'll show you. But yeah, 96L it's not doing the best. Here, let me show you. It's actually going over the Lesser Antilles right now. It's just a big cluster of thunderstorms right now. Just a tropical wave. Yeah, the Lesser Antilles got some heavy thunderstorm activity out of that. But when it comes to it, though, I mean, yeah, regarding its development down in time, it's very low. I mean, you can barely even see it's rotating. I mean, you can see there is a little bit of that, a little bit of rotation, a little bit of counterclockwise movement on it, but not much overall. Cold water's back there too. Yeah, I'm sure that Beryl is definitely cooling down those waters a bit, which is obviously helping the storm to weaken or not really strengthen as well. Because yeah, I mean, big hurricanes, major hurricanes, big hurricanes in general, like typically really do cool down the waters overall as they roll over them, because they're absorbing all that heat from the water, and plus the rain is cooling it down as well. Let's see here. By the way, the eye is recycling. I mean, it I don't know about all that. I think the eye is. I'm not really seeing any signs of it coming back anytime soon. Honestly, it's just a big blob. It's just disorganized there. But I mean, like I said, regardless though, it is definitely. Here, let's hop it back over here. It's definitely still a really strong storm. Certainly is definitely still a really strong storm at the time being. Let's see. Walked away, may have missed a response. Can the storm re-intensify even though it's projected not to? Well, I mean, it is projected to strengthen once it gets back into the Gulf, like we mentioned. Yeah, once it gets into the Gulf here, it will actually pick up strength, back to hurricane strength. It's going to lose that once it goes over the Yucatan, go from a Cat 1 to a tropical storm, then remain a tropical storm, and then it will actually, it's forecasted to strengthen overall. But yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, as it works its way into these waters here, there is a possibility that it might be able to sustain itself for a little bit. If not, maybe bump up a little bit of strength. But I'm still not too confident on that. Let me hop you all over to the models. We're going to take a look at the latest HWRF model run here, because I'm sure y'all probably want to look at the models just like I do. So here's latest HWRF model run. It's actually a new render. It's newly coming through here. So yeah, we work our way down in time. According to this model, we get pretty weak as we pass through the Cayman Islands. Now, as you can see here, this model does actually have the storm strengthening a bit just before reaching the Yucatan, as like I did mention here. Like I said, overall, we are seeing that central low according to this model. You remember at 990, and you can see the pressure dropping just before landfall there in the Yucatan Peninsula there, right around the lower 980s overall. Let's see here. Robert says disagree with the water's cooling as fast as Beryl is moving. I mean, they're going to cool to a degree regardless. It wasn't moving, super fast, but it was pretty quick moving. It's not super fast, but it was moving for sure. I see where you're coming with that, though. Yeah, obviously, a storm that sits over the body of water for a longer period of time, yeah, will have a more drastic cooling effect on the water below it. But I do believe that it will have some impact on the sea surface temperatures. However, probably not really anything much to prohibit any other storms from really strengthening overall. Obviously, it's still likely going to be in the threshold of at least 26 Celsius or higher, which is basically what's needed for hurricanes to minimally sustain, if not pick up strength overall. So let's see here. Make sure I get to all these comments here. But yeah, so like we were mentioning, when it comes to HWRF, though, yeah, this model maybe shows a little bit of strengthening just before hitting the Yucatan. Obviously, quickly, fading out there, or sorry, rapidly weakening, I should say, not quite fading out, but heads back into the Gulf as a tropical storm. And then, once again, as we approach here, this is where the model ends, but there is a little bit of support with the further models that show that there could be some strengthening. If we go to the previous model run here, once we get our way into the Gulf waters, you see that this thing is set to strengthen. I don't know if it's going to get to this magnitude, so take this model with a grain of salt, like I always say. Models, they ain't perfect, for one, of course, but also, like I said, regarding its track and its intensity, that's still not really known at this point. I mean, it could be making landfall down here, it could be up here, or it could be way down up there in eastern coastal Mexico. There's still a little bit of uncertainty with that, but I don't think it'll get this strong again once it crosses into the Gulf. But obviously time will tell, and we'll learn a lot more about the system. Once it crosses over the Yucatan Peninsula, we're gonna learn just how intact the storm still is. Obviously, if it's more intact than we previously thought, there could be potential signs of maybe even stronger storm as it approaches, either Mexico or Texas. Or if it's weaker, then that could be a good sign. So, we'll just have to see how that plays out. I'm really curious to see how the storm's going to be holding after it rolls over the Yucatan, because it's not going to like it. I mean, it's already not liking dealing with a little bit of wind shear, not to mention, starting to have that lower wind field disrupted by the land here. So, let's see. I think a lot of people underestimate that storm because it didn't hit the United States. Which storm are you talking about, Christy? Let's see here. But yeah. Also, I want to go ahead and point out, if you guys are just tuning in here, like I said, look at the eastern side of the storm. There's a big, big band of storms going on out there. It's really interesting to see. The good news is, like I said, out there by the Dominican Republic as well as Haiti, you guys are pretty much done with a lot of your heavier stuff. You've already experienced your heavy stuff. Now, you're still going to be feeling effects for the next several hours out there in those regions, but the worst of it is over. The worst of it is over for you guys. I don't even think those hurricane warnings have materialized. I think it just stayed to tropical storm warnings, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, looks like they just stayed as tropical storm warnings out there. Here, let's go and hop over to the latest cone here. This is the latest information from the Hurricane Center. Still got those tropical storm warnings in southern Haiti. Those are probably going to be removed soon. Most of those conditions have pretty much fizzled out there. As of the latest update, though, here's the latest cone for what we're talking about. Obviously, you know, the system here is hugging up right against Jamaica. Hurricane warnings in place, obviously, for Jamaica. I mean, also for places out there towards the Cayman Islands in general there, we do have ourselves some, you know, hurricane warnings in place. They finally, they did issue hurricane warnings in effect out there for the Yucatan. Also for the southern tip and the northern tip of the Yucatan, they have tropical storm warnings with hurricane watches included, just in case if the track moves a little bit and hurricane conditions seem possible, you know, or more likely at the time further down the road, those could be updated to warnings. But for now, for the area we think that it's going to be directly impacted, we have those hurricane warnings in place. Also out there on the northern and kind of portions of the western Yucatan, as this system rolls off, we do have ourselves tropical storm watches, saying that tropical storm conditions are possible down in time as the system rolls through, which more than likely those will be upgraded to warnings as the system rolls past those regions. And then, of course, like I said, as we work our way over here into either late Saturday or early Sunday, we'll likely transition back from tropical storm to hurricane status. That's what the extended cone shows us here from the Hurricane Center, not to mention the models I've been watching since, you know, a couple days ago, or really since yesterday. I started seeing a good amount of support showing that there could be some strengthening after it rolls back into after it rolls into the Gulf waters over there, because, you know, they're still very warm out there as well. They are definitely still very, very warm out there as well. Wind shear destroyed the eye. Maybe it's making a new eye now. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like I said, it's very much obscured by a lot of convection right now. Let's hop on back over here. There's certainly, you know, the center of that storm is so much convection all around it. Part of me thinks that the eye's not going to come back anytime soon, just because, like I said, it seems like it's weakening quite quickly, for one. You know, that pressure is rapidly dropping. Obviously, you know, because of that land interaction, too, is definitely not helping the storm's structure overall. That lower wind field's being heavily disrupted by Jamaica right now, which is, you know, kind of causing the storm to, you know, kind of weaken a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, we'll keep an eye on it if it can get that eye back. But for right now, though, I'm not really seeing that happen. If we pop to the last few frames, you can see there's just a lot of big blobbing towards the center there. We'll see. We'll definitely see, though. But yeah, the eye is right in here, or the center of the storm, I should say, is right in there. So, I mean, we'll see. Give it a little bit of time, and we'll see what she ends up doing out there. Let's see here, y'all. I am going to hop y'all over here to the recon mission. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, so they did do another flyby here. Let's go and hop over to the hurricane hinters. So we have a central low of 959 on that last sweep there, just south here of portions of eastern Jamaica. So pressure there, 959 millibar reading. Let's actually look at the latest update here. I just realized that they updated that already. Is it down any further? I'd say 140 maybe? Yep, 140. Look at that. So it's down to 140, central low of, wow, 959. What? That's a little higher than I thought. All right, so 959 millibars, central low down to 140 there. Oh, well, there it is. Let's see. It'll come back once it gets into open waters. Honestly, I agree with that. Yeah, I think it'll probably come back. You know, it'll have the best chance of coming back once it passes away from Jamaica. Because right now, that northern side is just being... While there is still a lot of heavy convection, of course, I'm not saying that. But while there is still a lot of heavy convection there, it is, like I said, it's being kind of hurt right now by Jamaica overall. But, yeah, so she's kind of a mid-range Category 4 storm now. You know, we went from kind of upper to kind of mid-range Cat 4 at this point in time. Remember, to be classified as a Category 4, you have to have sustained winds of at least 130 or higher, and we're right at 140. So we're kind of in middle-range Category 4 status right now. As of the latest update here, we're having a central low of 959 millibars. Like I said, the wind speeds here, 140 sustained with wind gusts still up to 175 possible. So certainly, like I said, certainly is definitely still really strong with those wind gusts overall. Even the sustained winds, what am I saying? Even the sustained winds are really strong still. Let's see here. Go the dry slot to its east. Are you talking about this down here? Or over here? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, there was a little bit of a dry slot there. We do have some convection offset from the storm to the east out there. You guys can see big line or big tail of storms on the eastern side of the main storm here. Man, yeah. Honestly, it's gonna be really interesting to see if this thing can pull an eye before it pulls away from Jamaica. You know what? We're gonna have a little bit of fun here, y'all. I want to get y'all's input on that, actually. I do want to get y'all's input on this here. Let's go ahead and let's do a little bit of a poll here. Let's see, start a poll. Let's see here. All right, here we go. All right, y'all, vote on this. I'm curious. Curious to see what y'all think. I mean, it's definitely like I said, there's definitely a lot of strong convection in that storm there. It's definitely really convecting there still towards the eye, or where the eye would be, but it's still very much heavily covered by those clouds there. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it's pretty nasty out there after open water. Yeah, I agree with that, Johnny. I do. Yeah, once it passes in open water again and is able to breathe, then maybe. Yeah, then maybe. Because like I said, that northern wind field right now is just getting completely messed up right now by the winds. Or, sorry, by the land here affecting those winds there. Like I was saying, right now, they're likely experiencing some really nasty surges up there in the eastern side of Jamaica right now. Let's see here. Honestly, yeah. So the central low is still south. I don't know. At this point in time, it'll probably just squeeze by to the south of Jamaica. Yeah, probably more than likely it won't. The center more than likely probably won't make a direct dig its way into land there. At this point in time, is probably just gonna continue rolling west here, just to the south. But like I said, regardless of that, they are definitely feeling some really nasty conditions here overall. Let's see. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys to kind of give y'all a little bit of a visible view on this here. So obviously, yeah, we have that counterclockwise spin to the storm there. So like I was mentioning, we're really getting battered by that surge, activity there. Basically, all of those winds just really ripping and pushing all that water inland. So basically, winds are a big, a big thing for, for waves and surges and stuff like that. And we have those winds that are just slamming into the Jamaica right now, obviously. So that's really pushing those water or all that water inland essentially. Let's see here. But yeah, regarding winds here, let's see a little estimate here. I never really I wouldn't take this too seriously, the winds because this is still model data. It's still one model we're looking at. This is the ECMWF model. So they're all kind of all over the place still. Like here's the GFS one, and then here's the icon. They're a little different, as you can tell. So these are not approximate. These are just kind of what the model runs are suggesting. Let's see. But yeah, but like I was saying though, yeah, with that counterclockwise spin to it, it's definitely slamming those coasts. And as we work our way down in time, according to Euro, this thing does have a direct landfall. GFS keeps it right just on the coast there, right on the coast. Icon, same thing. It's going to be really, really close to see if that eye, or sorry, the center of the storm at this point, you know, it's going to be very close to see if the center is going to pass over land or not. But I think it'll probably just stay to the south. I don't know. It's close, man. It's close. Let's see here. Robert says Beryl is fighting. It is. She is. She's definitely fighting. Both a little bit of wind shear and that close land approach there. It's not doing so good to the storm. But like I said, y'all, you know, remember to say your prayers out for the people out there in Jamaica. They're getting hit hard right now. You know, around this time here is they're experiencing probably some of the worst effects of the storm. It'll continue to be that way for quite a while now. You know, it'll continue to be that way for a while. As we continue moving westward, you know, obviously the conditions will get worse, you know, for the western portions, the more west we go. Western Jamaica, right now, like I said, you guys are, you know, starting to get, or those cold tops are starting to get cooler as, you know, more precipitation starting to fall out there near those regions. But yeah, the heaviest is still a little ways away from western Jamaica. Although I'll tell you this, the southeastern Jamaica is definitely feeling it at this point in time. Let's see. Remember, chat. We have to. Thank you. I appreciate that, James. Is there any live cameras? So I don't have any right now that I can actually share without being like copyrighted to death, unfortunately. But let me see if there's any on Cyclone Network here. I don't think there is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's not. But let's see. So yeah, like I said, we continue working our way to the west here over time, and once again, we are expecting landfall to occur out there in the eastern Yucatan. Here, let me plug in my AC unit again. It's getting a little warm in here. Yeah, this tube keeps on falling out of this stupid machine. I need to get some more tape for it. There we go. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find some live cams for y'all. Let's see what we can do here for y'all. Oh my goodness, the thing fell out again. You know what? That's not gonna work. But yeah, let me see if I can find a live camera for you guys. We do have a cam here. There's not really much to see on it. But I'm pretty sure that this is there's a lot of water down there, but I'm pretty sure this is probably on one of the western parts of the island. Oh, here we go. There's some more camera views, and it's definitely getting a little windy out there. Definitely here. I'll tell you what we're gonna do here. We're gonna hop to cam display here for you guys, so we can see both those cameras as well as everything else. I'm also going to here. First of all, let me go ahead and shut that down there. Actually, here. Bear with me for a second. We're gonna get those cams back up for y'all. But I want to end that poll though. Seems like it seems like most people thought I think it won't come back until after it rolls through, which I agree with that. See, I'm watching that one. Here's a lot of shear after Jamaica. There is a little bit of shear after it pushes through Jamaica. which will probably further help weaken that storm a bit overall. Let's see here. But like I said, yeah, with the latest update and everything like that, once again, if you guys are just tuning in here, it is central low of 959 with sustained winds of 140, wind gusts up to 175 still. So we're definitely gusting pretty heavy out there. Let's go ahead and bring up our Hurricane Hunters view with everything here. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Oh, that one's buffering, that camera. That's out there in Flatbridge. Not sure what side of Jamaica that is there. But yeah, let me go ahead and actually. Yeah, we're gonna bring up our Hurricane Hunters here for everybody. We got 2 active missions. I think we got 2 active missions in the storm right now. Hold on. There's that one. Let me try this guy here. Could be. Oh, got a new mission. Yep, got a new mission out there, y'all. Look at that. They just took off from. Let's see here. Is that what island is this? Doesn't say what island it is, but yeah, they just took off. We have another mission. It is, yeah, so they're heading into that storm there, too. We're going to pull up another one. Or pull up the one that's been going on. This is just a big mess. They're actually, yeah, they're switching off. This one's going home, and then this one's coming in. So, well, we should get some new Hurricane Hunter information here as we continue to, track this here overall. But my goodness, dude, look at that latest burst of convection there near that near the eye wall there, or where the eye would have been. It's yeah, there's still a lot of strong convection out there. Definitely starting to get a little bit windier out there. Hopefully here, let's see what I can do with that. I might be able to pull this down just a tad. Fix this here for you guys. Make it look a little bit better. So yeah, you guys can see more of the lower parts. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so we'll have that up there for you guys so you guys can see more of like the waters and stuff like that whenever they switch cameras. Let me pull up the water vapor scans here. There is yeah, like I said, there's that really that big band of storms out to the east out there, really kicking off overall. Let me go ahead and hop on over here to the Hurricane Center here for you guys, so we can look at some of those latest advisories here. For the people just joining here, yeah, so here's the latest Hurricane Center outlook here for you guys overall regarding everything. So like I said, as of 2 o'clock p.m., the storm is located just on the southeastern side here of Jamaica overall. Whenever it comes to it, my friends, like I said, we have those hurricane warnings in place there for Jamaica, as well as the Cayman Islands. So once again, for you guys, hurricane conditions are expected. Make sure that you guys are obviously prepared for it. It's supposed to hit the Cayman Islands later on tonight. So my folks out there in the Cayman Islands, definitely watch out for it. Robert, dude, thank you so much, man. Coming at the $5 donation saying, Beryl, the hurricane that could. Isn't that the truth, dude? Isn't that the truth? Beryl has definitely been quite a storm, man. Quite a storm. Honestly, it exceeded a lot of our expectations out of the storm in general. The fact that it was the first hurricane of the season and it became a Category 5, that's still just blows my mind. I mean, whenever we were forecasting this in the beginning, before it hit the Lesser Antilles, I was expecting this thing to be maybe, lower in Cat 4, but I don't think any of us, even, I know the models for sure didn't even pick up on Cat 5. It's pretty wild. But Robert, thank you, man. I really appreciate the support, dude. That is greatly appreciated. So thank you so much, Robert. You rock, dude. But also, like I was mentioning here, we do have those hurricane warnings now in place out there for the eastern Yucatan Peninsula overall. So there for the eastern Yucatan, we are watching out for future hurricane conditions. Like I said, we do have ourselves hurricane warnings in place out there as well. The impacts are going to be felt pretty much for the early morning here on Friday. So early Friday, I'm going to try to be awake to do some more coverage with you guys. We'll have to see how that plays out, because it's going to be pretty darn early. And I know I'm going to be super tired that night. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to be awake, but I will try my best to be live. Be live for you guys during Yucatan coverage as well. At that point in time, it's supposed to be maybe a low-end Cat 2, upper Cat 1 as it approaches the Yucatan. Then it's obviously going to downgrade to a tropical storm before heading into the Gulf there, where it could possibly regain hurricane strength again, as it approaches into the southern Gulf overall. So we'll keep an eye on it. But we also still have those tropical storm warnings in place out there for like I said, southern Haiti. Those are probably not going to be needed for too much longer, because essentially those conditions pretty much went away for the most part. I gotta fix this AC unit. This tube fell off of my AC unit, which kind of sucks. It's like it gets a little warm because this room here is on the side of the sun, where the sun's at. So it gets a little warm in here. Not to mention my computer, how hot that is. Let me go ahead and try to fix this here quickly, y'all. Try to. Okay, you know what? I'll probably do that whenever I go on break. Not right now. Oh, buddy. All right. You know what? I'm gonna at least turn on my fan here. That should be pretty good. All right. Anyways, so like I was mentioning, the red is showing hurricane warnings out there. Tropical storm warnings there in the blue. Those yellow ones out there in the northern Yucatan and western portions, as well as, let's see here, is it Belzy? I'm not good with name pronunciations, but tropical storm watch down there as well, my friends. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. You guys are under the watch out there. Whenever it comes to the rainfall potential, like I was mentioning, Jamaica, really has a good shot at seeing some pretty heavy amounts of rain out there. Out there towards the eastern side and the southern side, especially 200 to 300 millimeters of rainfall. Certainly is quite a bit, which that would go out to right around 8 to 12 inches of rainfall overall. So it is it is certainly a lot of rainfall. Not to mention that surging that they're dealing with overall. They're experiencing a lot of surges. Still not entirely sure how high those surges are. Like I said, the Hurricane Center didn't put out any graphics on their surges with the storm, but they're pretty high up there. I'd say easily. I'd say over 5-10 foot tall, probably even more, to be honest with you. But a lot of coastal flooding, regardless, is expected. Let's see. She's Cat 4. Yep, still Cat 4. Sustained here at let's see. I'll tell you what we're gonna do here. Let me bring this up for y'all. All right, we're gonna put this over at our 2-cam display here for everybody. And I'm gonna put it down. Actually, we don't really need that top one, so I'm gonna put that there. Actually, not change my mind. We're gonna put this right here. Nice. So that way you guys can kind of see. I might even make it a little bit smaller, to be honest. It's a little big. There we go. Yeah, that way you guys can still see on this page here. But like I was mentioning, Jamaica's definitely going to be getting a lot of rain out there. The northwestern side out there in Jamaica, Not going to see as much overall. See here. Yeah, they're not going to see as much rainfall as like the eastern side will, and overall water in general. Yeah, those northern areas are probably going to get the best, or stay relatively the best regarding the winds for one, but also the rain. But regardless, like I said, they're all still going to see some nasty conditions, but by far the worst of those conditions will be felt on the eastern and the southern side here of Jamaica overall. Let's see here. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to really go over with y'all. Let's hop over to wind history. So yeah, this has been the wind history of the storm. The red is showing hurricane force winds, and the yellow is showing those tropical storm force winds. So, last night into this morning, we did see those tropical storm force winds go through the western portions of the Dominican Republic, as well as southern Haiti. Like I said, they still have those tropical storm warnings in place there. Probably won't be needed. For too much longer, because those conditions have pretty much went away out there. If we hop on back over here to the current wind field and stuff like that, the yellow area, this is where the tropical storm conditions is the estimated tropical storm force winds are at right now, is right there in the yellow, while the hurricane force winds are right there in the red. So yeah, obviously Jamaica is likely seeing hurricane winds, especially on that southern portion. Later on today, though, like we were mentioning, the storm here is going to continue moving to the northwest overall. We're still not sure where it's going to hit in the Yucatan. Obviously these areas here has those hurricane warnings. Some models have it kind of, grazing the tip of northern Yucatan, but some other models have it kind of going a little further south, which we'll actually pull up the hurricane models here in a minute. Actually, we'll look at that here soon. But yeah, so that we'll see what happens once it gets out there, regardless to eastern Yucatan. Once again, I want you guys to be preparing for the storm here. Make sure you guys are ready. Make sure you guys are ready out there. Because like I said, it's definitely expected to be pretty nasty even there. But yeah, Cayman Islands, you're going to really start to feel it tonight. Just a bit of a heads up there for my folks out there overall. But yeah, here's the latest satellite view, latest infrared view we got going on. We'll bring up our infrared view here. Yeah, so this is the latest infrared view. Obviously, we are definitely still getting some really strong convection on that western side, or the western eye wall of the storm there overall. Like I said, the eye is currently not visible at the moment. The eye is no longer there. And like I said, we'll see what happens with it, but more than likely that eye won't come back until after we pass Jamaica, because with all those winds rolling over, it's really disrupting, that northern flow on the storm there overall, which, as those winds roll over, it basically, weakens the winds, and in that perfect sphere of winds becomes very much disrupted, which, obviously allows for the storm to weaken, quite a bit overall. But, yeah, so these are some live views up there in the top left, out there in Jamaica currently. Am I going live tonight, says Tabletop? I don't know, man. Depends. Not entirely sure, because like I said, obviously we have ourselves, a lot of coverage today with the system. But we'll see. I mean, maybe an update later tonight, but I can't guarantee you that, man. Let's see here. Electrical's out as Kingston. Really? So that they've lost power out there. Here, let me pull up the spaghetti models with you guys. We're gonna take a look at those. Yeah, I want to take a look at the spaghetti models with y'all on Beryl. So here you go. Yeah, here's the latest spaghetti models, the latest info we got on them. So when it comes to the storm here, like I said, most of the models, they do have this thing just rolling south of Jamaica. At this point in time, like I said, more than likely the thing's just going to be rubbing right up against the coast. It'll just be south of the Cayman Islands here by, like I said, tonight, by later on this evening. Then, of course, we approach the the Yucatan Peninsula here. We do approach the Yucatan for, like I said, basically early Friday. overall. Yeah, early Friday morning is kind of when we expect that to make landfall. Then, of course, it'll cross back into the Gulf, where the models become a little bit more uncertain of where it's going to go. Some models have this thing, impacting, obviously, you're making landfall in there towards Texas, while some of the other ones have it kind of just making landfall up there in northeastern coastal Mexico. So there's a bit of uncertainty there, overall, but at least, like I said, for right now, that's the latest spaghetti plots. Let's see here. Regarding like intensity and stuff like that, here's the latest intensity forecast from the spaghetti models here. Yeah, I mean, all the models, they do show rapid. What is this model doing? This model has it going right back up into Cat 5. Okay, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The storm is just going to rapidly weaken as it rolls its way over, some more wind shear and stuff like that. And then, like I said, there might be a brief time period where the storm could maybe, sustain itself before hitting the Yucatan, or maybe slightly strengthen a little bit. And then, of course, once it hits the Yucatan, it'll rapidly weaken overall. So that's the latest with the intensity guidance and stuff like that as well. So, but yeah. So like I said, there's the latest view. Once again, we are likely seeing some pretty nasty conditions out there. Near Kingston area, for sure, near Morant Bay. Let's see. Some of those coastal areas on the southern southeastern side here of Jamaica. Overall. Oh, man, you're right on that. Let's see here. Internet's down. Wow. Gotcha. Stay safe out there, Skipper, if you're out there, my friend. Let's see here. I saw people in Kingston putting out tape on their windows. It doesn't work. Tape? Yeah, I don't think that'll be too effective. But like I said, I hope that everybody was prepared for the storm here. Hopefully they got the info, because like I said, right around this time, y'all. Right around this time being this, they're definitely feeling some of the heavy effects of the storm overall. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that cone there. Let's see. Yeah, let's get rid of the cone. We'll keep the future track still, but we'll get rid of the cone so we can see a little bit better. Yeah, so there's the coast. Could barely make it out there, but the coast is right here. See it? So yeah, some of that heavy convection is definitely getting right on that coast there. Ooh, that's gonna cause some pretty nasty conditions, probably near like Waterline and Dawkins Pen. With that new convective burst out there. It's likely causing some pretty strong winds. Like I said, we're still gusting up potentially up to 175. So we are, still likely gusting pretty strong on that there. Let's see. What's up, Slug? Hope you're doing good, man. Texas, I wouldn't expect that. Has Tornado / Dixie Alley been quiet? Dixie Alley's been pretty quiet. Yeah. Tornado Alley, well, we did have some storms roll through like Iowa yesterday. Dude, that's a good camera. Holy cow. Being able to zoom in like that. But yeah, it has it's been a little bit more quieter, thankfully. So, but like I was saying, mentioning for the Cayman Islands here, y'all, whenever we pass out there by like Grand Cayman, we're definitely gonna see, like I said, this thing is still a major hurricane. Still a really, really strong hurricane there. Likely Cat 3 at that point in time, or it will be a Cat 3 at that point in time. It is set to weaken from upper level wind shear, or just wind shear in general. That's gonna really allow for that storm to kind of not do very well, but and then of course as we approach out there towards basically the afternoon tomorrow or the evening tomorrow, this thing is, like I said, we'll be right around Category 2 for basically late evening tomorrow, more than likely. Shocked this thing can keep up. Yeah, it's like I said, she's fighting. She is certainly fighting, but she's she's in kind of some nasty conditions right now. Regarding a little bit of wind shear. Not to mention, of course, obviously Jamaica land is not really helping out that lower level flow, kind of allowing for that storm to kind of dismantle a little bit. Let's see. All right, let's check up on the hurricane hunters. See what they're doing now. Let's go and bring up our one mission. We have a new mission that's going into the storm here. So let's take a look at the hurricane hunters. They are. Yep. So they're flying west. They're flying just south of Dominican Republic right now. Why is 1,074? That's a little messed up. But yeah, they are. They're gonna be flying in that storm here eventually. It'll probably take a little bit before they get there, but they are. They're heading out. From what I understand, they had a lot of aircraft take off from Gulfport, Gulfport and Lakeland. And they had them position those aircraft out there in the Leeward Islands, which, they had a nice stockpile of Hurricane Hunter aircraft, and now one's going back there and the other one's coming back to the storm there. But yeah, it's nice that they did have a little bit of a stockpile of Hurricane Hunter aircraft ready to go, and another crew. They're moving a little bit. I mean, remember they did fly from Gulfport all the way down here, but yeah, no, they're having a little bit of a distance to cover here. The boats still seem to be doing good out there. You see that on the camera? This is probably, I'd say, somewhere on the western side of Jamaica where it's a little more calm. But yeah, the southeastern side of Jamaica is definitely getting slammed right now. Out there by Kingston, probably getting from real nasty conditions. Let's see. They're starting to get a lot of training experience. Oh yeah, they've had their training. They've had their fair share of training for sure. Gotta put on my glasses for my eyesight, y'all. This is not for looks, but for if I look at monitors too long, it makes my eyes hurt a bit. So this helps a bit. So if you're wondering, there's still people moving around out there in Jamaica. It honestly doesn't seem too crazy out where that camera was. It's a nice view. This is this is Kingston. Oh, this is Kingston view right here, apparently. Doesn't seem that crazy out there. Is that the coast out there? Huh. Yeah, I'm sure those surges are pretty bad out there. What pair did you need? Hold on. What pair did you? I need some for school. Are they prescription for blue screen? No, Christy. They're just normal sunglasses. They help my eyesight a bit. I don't have any blue screen glasses. Kingston Harbor mess. Yeah. The trees ain't even moving. The trees are moving over here by Flatbridge more than they are in Kingston. Yeah, I think out there by is it Morant? Is it Morant or Morant or something else? Yeah, they're definitely likely getting some strong surging right now too. Let's see. Heavy hits, old cams, Kingston, Beryl. Let's see. Flooding, power out. Yeah, I got Starlink and power down. Oh, gotcha, Skipper. Gotcha. But yeah, like I said, the worst of it is, yeah, definitely starting now. This will, obviously be some nasty effects for a while out there for you guys. Like I said, with time and all, it will start to improve later on this evening. By 8 o'clock p.m., it'll be the heaviest out there for the western sides of the island. Yeah, there's another one out there in Kingston. Was that a lightning flash? Probably not. Yeah, I was about to say, we're not getting any lightning detection in this storm there. I think it's all previously recording and looping. No, it says it's live. I don't think it's pre-recorded. Nah, I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, that's a view. Yeah, that's gotta be pre-recorded. that view, anyways. That's out in Kingston. There's no way that they're dealing with that little waves right now. It says 1:27 p.m. Yeah, no, that's about 10 minutes ago. I mean, it is pre-recorded. But yeah, that's 10 minutes ago though, according to things. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a little better. That says a 1:34. Yeah, no, that I believe there. See videos from Jamaica. Yo, that's bad, I'm sure. Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, y'all, right now, guys, the storm is currently sustained here at 140 miles an hour, which is, pretty strong out there for you guys. I think you guys use kilometers an hour, right? Here, let's... or let's see. Yeah, let me get a little bit of a conversion going for you guys. I know a lot of y'all probably know probably know more kilometers an hour than miles an hour. So 140 miles an hour is 225 kilometers per hour. That's sustained. That's constant winds, and there's wind gusts up to 281 kilometers an hour. But sustained at 225. Let's see here. Does it say March 7th? No, it was July 3rd. Yeah, like I said, this is within. Yeah, this was 3 minutes ago here. So it's somewhat live, only a couple minutes old. Let me pull up the models here. Tropical HWRF here. Let's take a look at Cracker Barrel and its future trajectory. Yeah, it's going to be coming real close to landfall out there for you guys on that southwestern side. This is right at 7 o'clock for you guys, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 for you guys. But, yeah, things will start to improve by evening for y'all out there. Kilometers an hour sounds worse. Well, yeah. Yeah, according to HWRF, it certainly gets pretty close. Let's see. Simulated IR. Yeah, simulated IR doesn't show any the eye. Kind of just has the storm. Simulated IR is definitely interesting on this model. I will say that. Let's see. Yeah, they have that pressure certainly pretty pretty low. It's just crazy how quick that that drops off there. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That is pretty wild. Yeah, so this model shows the thing like nearly making landfall out there in the on the southwestern side out there near like White House. Yeah, also out there for the Cayman Islands there too. It is looks like it will just roll to the south of you guys out there by the Cayman Islands. Yeah, we'll have to see where it makes landfall. In the Yucatan, that's still a little unknown at the point being, but let's see. We'll bring back up our infrared. Is that recent lightning data? So we had a little bit of lightning out there on the eastern side of the storm there. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to lightning, lightning's not super super common with tropical systems, unless there's like rapid intensification or something like that going on. Here we're gonna roll back 100 frames here. We're gonna go back in time a little bit with this storm. Wow, yeah, look at that latest convective burst on that southern side there. Holy cow, dude. Hey, you see that? Look at that big burst there of convection. So it's yeah, she's a fighter for sure. Let's see. I don't think the center is gonna pass directly over land. Yeah, I don't really think so either. It'll be cutting it close. Yeah, the center is right here where that marker is. Yeah, you can kind of tell. Center is like right in there. So I think it will, because at the edge of the island here, it's right there. It'll likely just continue going by. That's Kingston right there. Yeah, the trees are moving a little bit there. This was, yeah, this is live here. Wish we had, oh, we have a buoy down here though. Gust up to 11. Oh, is that a fire truck? That's interesting. Did y'all see that? That fire truck there? Huh. Yeah, it's kind of a narrow little bridge. Hurricane hunters, they are flying just south of... Yeah, they're flying just south here of Dominican Republic. And out there just south of Haiti, right there on that tip there. So there's, let's see here. Doesn't really show, but yeah, this is Haiti here. That's Dominican Republic. So yeah, they're just flying south of southwestern Dominican Republic. They're getting, I mean, obviously they're still a little ways away from that storm, but they're on their way. They're on the way. We're gonna get some more data on that storm soon as they approach it. Wonder when the next update's going to come out from the Hurricane Center here. Let's see. NHC. Yeah, so the latest was at 2 o'clock. Max sustained out there for. Max sustained is 140 with wind gusts up to 175, but minimum pressure is 959 millibars. Yeah, Catman. I don't know if it's going to though or not. It's trying though. She is certainly trying. We'll see. I honestly, I really don't believe that it's going to. I really don't believe it's going to until after it passes Jamaica, though. That's probably whenever it's gonna probably clear out that eye. But I mean, this storm is, you know, never really failed to impress us. Here, let's bring up the models again, y'all. Actually, we're gonna hop this over to the screen, y'all. We're gonna take a look at these models. We're gonna take a minute to hop away from the camera and stuff like that. I do want to pull up the model here overall. Yeah, so HWRF has this thing like literally hugging the coast of southwestern side. And let's see the upper dynamics here. Yeah, this model doesn't really show it getting, it really doesn't show the eye coming back according to HWRF. HMON. Yeah, that thing is. I think it's right. Yeah, also right on the edge of those regions there. The eye is literally just gonna be. Literally just gonna be like to the south of that island there. Yeah, those lower level winds though, or the surface winds, are gonna be really slamming up against Jamaica. Let's see, let me try HWRF again. Yeah, so remember, like I said, these guys they are moving counterclockwise. So we have our low right here. And we are going to have some strong winds that are pushing towards the northern side of Jamaica, likely tropical storm force winds out there. While the southern sides are definitely getting those hurricane force winds. Yeah, HWRF also has maybe tropical storm conditions for the Cayman Islands, but like I said, they have hurricane warnings already in place. So, like I said, obviously, the Cayman Islands needs to prepare for this too. Make sure you guys are already ready for it. Yeah, I am really curious to see what those hurricane hunters are gonna find in that storm there. Like they, like I said, the one mission they've already finished. That's a new word. Finished. They've already finished that one. Let's see here. Yeah, we've already have some finished missions, but we do have a new one. Like I said, that's rolling towards the area. They have been actively dropping radio or dropsons though, so they have been collecting inflow data basically. The pressure is dropping as they get closer, as expected. Yeah, Yeah, we'll see how just how low that core is. It might get a little stronger with those recent convective bursts that we've been actually seeing there. Yeah, it might actually get a little bit. That pressure might get a little bit more lower, probably as the thing. Like I said, it's really starting to have some of those convective bursts out there in the southern side. Here, let's go and hop our way back over here to this view over here. Yeah, that's just incredible though. That latest scan from infrared, you can see how it's really drooping there. Man. Let's see here. Let me pull up. Models here again. I do want to look at another model with you guys. HAFS. Yeah, this model really shows an interesting take on this as well. This one actually shows it's kind of a similar thing. It seems like the models are agreeing on. You can see that eye, or the center of the storm, just barely hanging to the south there. HAFSB, this one's the one that I was saying takes a very interesting approach. This one has the pressure remaining in the 940s before rapidly weakening once it encounters wind shear as it passes through the Cayman Islands. But then, this model actually kind of holds off. It kind of sustains itself, makes landfall in the Yucatan, and then, of course, picks back up to hurricane strength before officially dying over Mexico, according to that model. Beryl just doesn't care. It doesn't. That it does not. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and hop over to GFS. Yeah, the American GFS take here. Yeah, GFS has been showing that pressure a lot lower, or sorry, a lot higher than it actually is. Then it hits. Yeah, GFS doesn't show. Let's see, let's try this one here. ECMWF, honestly, kind of the same thing actually. Yeah, the European model shows that pressure getting a lot lower than the main hurricane model. So at this point in time, I'd say it's more likely on like HWRF standpoint. Probably the most realistic. And honestly, according to this model too, it does look like it does slow down a bit as it does approach like southern Texas out there, and like northeastern coastal Mexico. But you guys out there in Jamaica here, obviously y'all are feeling some of the worst effects now. But it's gonna get a little worse. Also for like the southwestern sides, you guys are probably gonna get hit pretty well out there. Satellite phone costs $4,000. Starlink, it's about $8. Big difference. Big difference. Yeah, but like I said, once we pull our way to the evening, guys, this is right around 7 o'clock p.m., just right there, right around sunset. For y'all, it's going to be probably some of the heaviest out there in the in southwestern Jamaica. That'll be out there towards like Petersfield area. And then, of course, it should calm down a bit by early tomorrow morning. But at that point in time, that's when it's going to start getting a little bad for the Cayman Islands overall. What's up, Christy? One more exam home free. Is Houston in the clear from Hurricane Beryl? So Houston, the storm will likely make landfall just south of Houston. Yeah, more than likely it will. There is a lot of uncertainty though. Like I said, yeah, Houston's over there. More than likely, it's going to be making landfall somewhere in here. But when it comes to the latest cone overall here, let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to turn back on the cone here for y'all. So yeah, so you're outside of the cone. Houston's not in the cone. But when it comes to it, though, I mean, it is... yeah, you guys are good now, but we'll keep an eye on it, obviously, as it passes near the area. I mean, it's still a little ways away, obviously. You know, it's still a good little distance away, but we will we'll keep you updated on it as it does approach closer to you guys out there. May sound stupid, but I listen to you while writing. That doesn't sound stupid. Just multitasking. Just multitasking at its finest, I guess. Let's go ahead and hop over to the visible sat. If it'll load. Oh, there it is. I was about to say. If it'll load. Yeah, there you go. It just took a minute for the sun to come up. Yeah, when the sun came up, yeah, look at that. So the eye was completely gone. It still is completely gone overall. She's no longer there. Christy, coming with a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you, saying woot woot. Christy, thank you so much for your support, my friend. That's very sweet of you. Greatly appreciated. Definitely helps me out a lot. So thank you. Also, Robert as well. Robert and Christy, thank you guys for your support. I appreciate you all. Definitely does help me out a lot. Helps keep us rolling. Let's try red. They're a little bit different. They're different spectrums here. Let's see. All right, there we go. Wow, dude, that is honestly impressive. Let me pull back the cone again because the cone kind of gets in the way of viewing the storm. Oh, wrong screen. There we go. Cone. Yeah, so look at this. Here, let me pop back over to about 30 frames. Like she is. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you can even just see that that big burst of convection, and just how much taller those cloud tops are. You can see that little ledge there. See that ledge? Yeah, it's a lot higher up here than it is down there. So she's still fighting. Let's see. No problem. Sorry. In a good mood. Almost done. Sounds good, Christy. Thank you once again. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Tabletop, no. Nothing too crazy. Typical daily slight risks. A little bit of a threat out in the Central Plains today. A little bit of the Ohio Valley. Yeah, that worst is definitely approaching you guys out there in Jamaica. Let me pull up my cams again for you guys. So let's go ahead and open up our 2-cam display for y'all. This camera's buffering, but it'll cycle through. Yeah, but you can see in the central U.S. here, we do have a lot of rain out there going on. Let me. I could probably use that space for something else, something a little bit more useful. What if I threw up the cone there? How about that? There you go. Yeah, we'll keep the cone up there for you guys too, so y'all can see that. Maybe get rid of that, make it look a little more sleek. Perfect. There you go. So that way you can keep the cone up there too. The future projections, not trajection. Future projections of where this thing is set to go. We're gonna hop on back to clean IR. Yeah, but that latest burst on that south and southeastern side, there's even a bit of lightning activity with it. I don't know if y'all saw that there. Here, let me slow it down just a little bit. So you see that lightning there? See those dots? And that lightning activity? It's yeah, whenever you see lightning activity in a storm like that, that does typically mean that she might be picking up a little bit of strength. But at this point in time, I don't think it's strengthening. I think it's more like just kind of trying to fix itself. That's kind of what it's trying to do. She's really trying to fix herself here, but kind of having a hard time, you know, hitting Jamaica and all. Kingston very hard hit. Yeah, Kingston's definitely probably getting slammed right now. I just hope, like I said, I hope everybody was prepared for it out there, just in Jamaica in general, because it's definitely hitting pretty good. There you go. Hurricane hunters are actually moving a little bit more northwest now. You can see they did have a little bit of a northwesterly change in their track. So yeah, we got some hurricane hunters. They're flying to the storm. You see those dots? That was their path, and they are. It looks like they're going to try to shoot for that northeastern quadrant first. So they'll probably try to either do something like this, cut through, maybe turn. Oh, sorry, go that way. Something like that. I don't know their exact flight plan, but they yeah, it's not looking the best for them. You know, they kind of got hit pretty hard out there in Jamaica. You know, the more this thing stays off the coast, the better. You know what? They're probably trying to investigate some of that. That thunderstorm activity up on that side band there. Oh yeah, the winds are picking up on that camera. You see how the trees moving a little more? That's in Kingston, actually. Yeah, honestly, I'm just... Just still kind of amazed on that that latest convective burst up there. I mean, you can see it's like thrusting to the north there. She's a beast for sure. But like I said, yeah, it's gonna remain a Cat 4 as it does scrape by you guys out there. She will remain as a Category 4 storm. Right now it's a mid-level Cat 4 with sustained winds of 140, gusts up to 175. And as we approach further to the west here, we'll have sustained winds of 130 with gusts up to 160 there overall. Corey, it's not a Cat 5. It's a little far off from that at this point. It was a Cat 5 earlier, though. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, back once it crossed into the Eastern Caribbean, it was a Cat 5, but it's since been downgraded to a Cat 4, and it's likely going to remain a Cat 4 for a little bit longer. But once it gets near the Cayman Islands, honestly, probably as it probably leaves Jamaica, it'll probably be a Category 3 at around that time. So it'll weaken by the time it reaches the Cayman, but it's still going to be a major hurricane at that point. Still a Cat 3, you know, still 115 sustained. Yeah, but she's a Cat 4 right now, mid range. Yeah, if it turns north, that'd be a little more nasty for Jamaica, but that would actually hurt the storm a lot as well. It wouldn't just hurt Jamaica as much, but it would also hurt it a lot more. So there's the storm right there, y'all. You guys can see it right in there. That's the storm. So this is the wind shear map. You can see that the winds are moving northeasterly, and kind of hitting that storm there on that northeastern side. Yeah, we'll probably haven't seen any damage reports yet, but it's probably still a little too early to see any damages come through. Let me check and see if there's any reports or any photos of damage there. I do see. Oh wow. Okay, I do see a lot of damage out there in Jamaica. Let me retweet that on my Twitter. You guys can see. If y'all want to follow my Twitter, it's in the bottom right there. NWW16_WX. I just retweeted some damage out there in Jamaica. Also, that camera. Look at that. Wow, look at the wind starting to pick up there. Yeah, it's starting to become a little more obscured of a view too. Yeah, those winds are definitely picking up a little bit. So we do got a buoy out here. Doesn't look too crazy out there. But the good news is that once the storm gets near there, we'll have better views with that buoy. We'll have some information. Yeah, sea surface waters are 85. Absolutely crazy. Sea surface temperature 84 down here too. Yeah, very warm waters. Very, very warm waters out there. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Potato fries. It's definitely especially that last burst there you see. That's what just blows me away. No pun intended. I'm sure there's some really strong winds in that there too. Let's see here. See, that water's not normal. It's pretty warm. We're actually ahead of schedule too with how warm the temperatures actually are. We were actually pretty daggone warm out there. Not just across the Caribbean, but also like the Gulf and stuff like that there too. It's pretty hefty. Let me actually pull that up for you real quickly. The waters. Yeah, you can see just how warm they actually are. This is in Celsius, by the way. Yeah, I mean, we're mostly in 29 degrees Celsius waters, 28, 29 out there in the Gulf. Definitely out there by the coast, it gets into 30, 31. Wow. That's crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, Beryl, sorry. Cracker Barrel is quite a beast. Like I said, I still find it crazy though. This is like the first hurricane of the season, and it's already doing that. It's already been Cat 5. Let's see. I watched one guy, surfer YouTube. He said it was way too warm, like not normal at all. He knew a hurricane's coming. Yeah, when you have really warm waters, that's certainly one contributing factor to hurricane development. And it's not just the waters itself. There's other factors as well, like wind shear, how strong the winds are, other than not the hurricane winds, but the winds that are aimed at the hurricane. How strong are they? As well as like moisture. If there's not a lot of moisture or humidity in the atmosphere, in our or not just our lower, but also our upper atmosphere too. Storms don't do very well in that, in a dry atmosphere. Let's see. Usually comes August, September. Yeah. August and September are definitely like some of the heaviest months for tropical activity, and we just hit July, and we already had a massive major hurricane here. It's been major for several days here. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna probably lose that major hurricane status tomorrow evening. Let's see. What's up, pilot? Hope you're doing good, man. We'll say the eye wall is close enough to land that the northern drop zone data will likely be unavailable. Yeah, they can't do drop zones over land for obvious reasons. They don't want a drop zone going through your house. Well, I mean, it's on a parachute, but it could still be problematic. They only do it if it's over water. Let's see. There's 2 low pressures out in the Atlantic. Glad I sailed over in December. Yeah. What's up, Skipper? Says greetings from Sweden. Wow. Hope you're doing good, man. I'm doing good, pilot. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's some pretty heavy convective bands out there south of Mapen in Alligator Pond. That sounds like a Florida name. But yeah, there's probably some pretty strong convective, or sorry, pretty strong winds out there from that convective activity. Let's see here. Is wearing cause of shear? What do you mean, tabletop? Well, shear is basically, winds are created basically from a difference in air pressure, which, not all the time is... trying to find a way to word this here. So you have wind shear, which is caused by, the difference in atmospheric pressure. Winds flow from high to low pressure. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're trying to say. Is it weakening because of shear? Yes, it is. It's actually weakening due to 2 things. It's weakening because of the wind shear. It has a little bit of that wind shear. Whoa! Look at the... Dude, did you also... Oh, man, they should have changed it back. Did you see the trees? Wow, dude. But yeah, it's weakening because of 2 things. It's weakening because of the wind shear, but it's also weakening because it's rubbing up against Jamaica. Oh yeah, those cameras are getting a little worse now. Chris says, gotta run. Thanks for the long stream. I know everyone appreciates it. You're very welcome, Christy. No problem. Yeah, we've been live about 2 hours now. We did what was it, 4 hours on Lesser Antilles coverage. I'm just gonna keep going until I can, I guess. That was a pretty wild camera, though, to look at. Like, wow, dude. Shear makes the storm's vortex tilt. Yeah, it does. And that causes it to kind of wobble and become a little unstable. Like, without wind shear, the hurricanes are vertically stacked, and whenever you have wind shear, it tilts the vortex, like you were saying, the eye and just general circulation. Yeah, look at that camera up there in the top. Winds are certainly getting a little heavier out there, I've noticed. Especially that previous scan it showed, it was pretty heavy. You're welcome, Skipper. No problem, man. Yeah, rain's getting heavier on that one there, too. Carlos says, do I think there is a possibility a Beryl could move a bit to the south? Like, you know, go further south. Honestly, at this point in time, I think it's kind of know where it's going to go. It's going to probably ride a track like that. This thing's already up on, like, right up on southern Jamaica's coast. But you mean, like, further down in time? Depends on where. Like, if you're talking out here in Mexico, if it's going to go further south, then possibly, because the cone of uncertainty here still has you guys, you know, all the way down here to eastern Mexico. That's if you're talking about Mexico, but also out there in, like, Texas too. But yeah, for Jamaica though, it'll most likely just stay to the south. I don't think it's gonna have a direct that eye. I don't think is gonna directly touch Jamaica, but the eye wall will likely be rubbing up against Jamaica. Yeah. Yeah, the further down we go, the harder it is. You know, the harder it is to know exactly where it's going to go. There's a lot of error margin down there. Is that an eye forming? She's trying to form an eye, but I don't know if it's going to be able to do it by the time it, or I don't think it's going to be able to do it at least until, I don't know. I mean, it's trying, yes, but by the time it's by the time it pulls away from Jamaica, I think that's when it's probably going to be able to do it. Let's see here. Let's see when we have a new update. Do we have a new update on the Hurricane Center yet? See what we got here. Yep, still latest 140 miles an hour with central low of 959 there. Texas, it's probably, I wouldn't say it's over. No, I'd say it's, you know, ongoing still. You know, like I said, there is a few models that actually have the possibility of that storm maybe scraping up further north. I think it's just going to continue, you know, going to the west here for the most part. But there is a few models that does have this thing, you know, riding a little bit closer to the side of Jamaica. There's a few models that do indeed show that. Here. And if that's the case, that would really cause those winds to be really nasty out there. How about, I'm not entirely sure how you how you pronounce that, but I know where it's at out here. Yeah, you guys are south of the cone. It's probably not going to make landfall out there. As a matter of fact, you probably won't feel too many effects from it. I mean, you'll probably get a little bit of rain from it, of course, but maybe a little bit of winds, but nothing big. I think you might be under a tropical storm watch, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah. So the northern part up here has a tropical storm watch. Here you can actually see right there, and for the central and northern coast out there, tropical storm watch. Tropical storm conditions are possible, but like the hurricane activity, yeah, that's going to be to your north. That will be to your north overall. Yeah, no, it probably won't go south. It'll probably just continue west. You know what? I just realized this thing is actually a little bit closer than I thought to the coast here. Yeah, look, there's the eye right there. That's the coast. See the coast, and then there's the eye. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get clearing in that or not. I don't know if the center is going to clear out. There's obviously that's where the center is at, as you can tell, right in here. But if it's going to be able to, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sounds good, tabletop. Hopefully that goes well for you. Let's see. Robert says, I used to fly on those type aircraft, P3 Orion, shooting the drop signs from the aircraft. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do, is like ride in a Hurricane Hunter aircraft and something like that. That'd be neat. It would be a little crazy though. It would be. I don't believe it would clear out at night. Too much shear still. Yeah, I don't think it will either, honestly. Until after, maybe after it passes Jamaica. Still not even too sure on that. Let me I gotta try to get this AC back on working. Let's see here. Yeah, my AC unit is not really working too well. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to fix that later on. See here. Hunters are taking a very long track to the north. Yeah, they are. Look at that. They sure are, man. They are just south of Cuba now. Just to the south of Cuba. They'll probably turn soon, I'd imagine. They might turn either. I don't know if they're gonna go south like this, and then do like an upwards movement, and then go back around. I don't know if they're gonna do a path like that, or if they're just gonna like maybe go west. Maybe do a path like this. They usually do like an hourglass type shape. So we'll see. Let's see here. Yeah, and then later on tonight, as we approach the Cayman Islands, towards Grand Cayman out there, it should be a Cat 3 at that point in time. Yeah, right around Category 3 strength at that point in time. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a 10-minute break, guys. Going to take a quick break so I can fix my AC unit and stretch for a second. So give me 10 minutes, y'all. We'll be right back. I'm going to keep... Let's see here. We'll go and head over to the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to keep up our satellite view so you guys can see it. But, yeah, we'll keep up sat view. But, yeah, don't go anywhere, y'all. Like I said, we'll be here back in 10 minutes. And, alrighty, y'all. We'll be back here in 10, and we'll see you shortly. Alrighty, guys, we are back here. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and jump on into where we left off here. Had to take a quick little break. So, anyways, update on the storm. She is just south of Jamaica. If you guys are just tuning in here, it is literally riding the coast here. Wow, look at that latest set. Wow, look at that. That latest that band right there. That latest convective burst. Just south of Old Harbor, Jamaica right now. Now we have the hurricane hunters. We just had a new mission that just started. They took off from the Leeward Islands out there in the Lesser Antilles, tracked their way to the west, and they moved up to the north. Here soon, we should be starting to get a pass-through with the hurricane hunters. Still not sure on their exact trajectory. At the current moment, I think they're probably going to try to maybe do something like this. We'll have to see how they what they end up doing essentially as we do get a little bit closer to that center of the storm. They're still a little ways away from it, but they're on the storm here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of that data that they're currently collecting. Let's go ahead and bring this up here. We're going to take a look here at their aircraft recon. Let's see here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. It's a little far zoomed in. Yeah, but our new mission here. Yeah, they've been doing some dropson data as they've went west. They've been doing some dropson data in the storm. They're probably measuring a little bit of that dry air. That's that little area there, which is interesting. Let's see here. Kind of one of those. Kind of on one of the. Wait, they are kind of on one of those. What? Oh, well, what's a dog doing? Yeah, they're just kind of looking at it, see what it's doing. Let's take a look at some of these other imageries here. Here's some. Wow, dude, look at that. Oh man, here, let me hop over here real quick. That see the camera? Look how strong those winds are hitting that tree there. Definitely picking up quite a bit. But like I was saying, yeah, guys, currently the storm is sustained here at 140 miles an hour with gusts, obviously up to 175. Things are definitely, gusting pretty heavy out there. The central low is down to 959 millibars as of the last scan here. But yeah, so we are watching that. Gotta get some more data as they do get a little bit closer. Let's hop over to, let's see here. Take a look at lower level water vapor here. Yeah, so we got all that dry air to the west. That's not really causing much. Let's see here. Yeah, so obviously, the center of the core of the storm, there's still a lot of moisture in that storm there overall. So there is still a good amount of moisture with the storm. That's not the reason why it's weakening. Like I said, it's weakening because, well, it is essentially running its way into that landmass for one, but it's also that wind shear that it's kind of rolling into is causing a little bit of a problem for that storm in general. Let me hop over to. Let's see. We're gonna take a look at some different view here. Let me try satellite. That might help out a little bit better, so we can actually see a little better. That's a lot better. That is a heck of a lot better. So now we can actually somewhat see some of those coastal areas overall. We're going to change back to infrared there, and we're going to get rid of that cone again because it's kind of in the way. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can really see. Wow, dude. I could only imagine how strong those winds are out there by like Maho Gardens, with that convective burst literally right over them. Probably some really strong winds with that. They are likely getting slammed out there. Yeah, I mean, this thing, it's a little further north, actually. It's going to be literally hugging up the coast. We'll continue rolling there. But yeah, that northern eye wall is starting to hit those lower areas. So they're definitely really feeling it now. At this point in time, too, they're continuously seeing a lot of So they're continuously seeing a lot of that strong wind and strong surge activity out there on the eastern side. And as that low progresses, say once it gets over here, it'll start really impacting those areas with that really strong winds. But at the current moment, it's kind of pulling away at the time being. But that'll change. That'll change here. Once again, it's still going to be a Cat 4, expected to be as it passes just west of Jamaica here. Sustained at 130 with gusts up to 160 at that point in time. Is landfall to Jamaica confirmed / ongoing? So landfall directly, not really. Like I said, the center of that storm is not likely to touch Jamaica. The outer bands, or sorry, the inner bands on the eye wall is for sure. But yeah, that's what's going on there. Look at microwave imagery. On this program, they don't have microwave imagery. We got infrared, not microwave. Here, let me. I don't know if tropical, if my other page does or not. Let me look at it and see. Yeah, we got shortwave, IR, we got infrared. Certainly interesting. Yeah, here you go. Here's some more imagery of it. There you go. Let's see. Long wave. Honestly, crazy looking. I can send you for microwave imagery. Yeah, sure, Catman, if you could. Yeah, fortunately, these programs I use don't really support that. Whoa, we had quite the... look at the winds out there on the top left. Do y'all see that out there in Jamaica? So yeah, the last few scans there, you can actually see we've had an uptick in lightning activity out there. What's up, Andrew? I hope you're doing good. I'm in the car, so I might lag out. You're good. Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, like I said, right in there, that's got to be some really ferocious conditions. Let's hope that everything is, hopefully everything's good with you guys. Let's see. I wish we had more buoy data. We have a buoy down here. Not really showing much of anything interesting, though. It's pretty far away from that storm. Yeah, but it's safe to say that, this storm is right up on Jamaica, right? Oh, wow. Dude, look at that palm tree swaying back and forth over there. Oh, you can barely see that. Actually, you can't see that. Plus, they moved it. Oh, well. Yeah, the palm tree was, like, going like this. It was swaying. Let's see. But yeah, absolutely crazy there. What is this? Oh, you can save a screenshot. Nice. But yeah, it'll continue being at its peak here for a while, for at least the next several hours. Right around 8 o'clock, 7 your guys' time. It'll be right around here. The central part will be right over here. That time being. But yeah, I definitely think we're starting to feel I think we're feeling the worst of the system right about now. Definitely is hitting pretty good. Let's see here. Thank you, Catman. See if I can get that up. Yeah, it's not one to work for me. Yeah, it didn't work, Catman. This page not found. You messed it up somewhere. Wow. Yeah, the winds are getting crazy even on that camera. There's somebody out there. There's still people driving on that road. You can't see it, but it's just off camera. Oh, there they are. Yeah, you can see them now for a second. Let's see here. We're going to pull up our wind shear map here. Yeah, I'm gonna show the that wind shear map for you guys real quickly. Kind of show you what we're looking at here. So the storm is down here currently. As it continues west, it's going to be battering a little bit more wind shear. Here's the link. Gotcha. Let me try that. Catman. This is what it says. Let's see here. Haiti. Yeah, Haiti's still likely seeing a little bit of that thunderstorm activity still. Here, I'm gonna do this with y'all. We're gonna pull up our Hurricane Hunter. Mission 15 it is. Yes, mission 15. Is this a mission where they're flying around the storm, or are they gonna go through it? We had mission 16, but they have... Oh, shoot. Is that another one? Oh, that's another one taking off. Oh, buddy. Y'all, we got another mission taking off here now, apparently. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, Kingston's getting hit pretty good. Let's see here. Let me pull up the long wave infrared view. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so we got mission 14. What's mission 14? Is that the one that they've already done? Yeah, mission 14 is heading back home. They've already finished their analysis. They did find a 959 millibar low, and that's current low. That's the current low. That's a bit outdated though. Let's try mission 16 here. This is in a yeah, they just took off out there. Probably gonna take them a little bit before they reach the region. But let's see, we got mission 15. This is, yeah, they're currently north. See, I'm not sure if this is the mission that's not gonna go, because there is some missions that they don't go in the hurricane, but just go around it to study its environment around it. So I feel like that might be what this mission's doing. I feel like they're probably just gonna be like sticking around the storm to measure some of its inflow and stuff like that. But yeah, that new one. Yeah, this one's the WJ-130. I'm pretty sure it's taken off, or a Lockheed WP-3D. Never mind. Yeah, no, this is not a 130. This is a Lockheed WP-3D. The other one's a Gulfstream. So Gulfstream's a smaller NOAA aircraft. I think that one's just for I don't think that one's made to go inside of the storm, but the WP one, or sorry, the WP 3D is this one here that's taken off. I think is meant for going in the storm. So I think they're going to use this guy for going in it, and I think they're going to use this one up here for going around it. Cause yeah, they're not going in the storm there. Let's see here. It possibly looks even healthier than it did before. It's... Is that a bit of clearing? Hold on a minute. Is that thing trying to literally clear? Oh, wow. Hop back visible satellite here. I don't see any clearing quite. Let's see. Whoa, whoa! Look at that camera, dude. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. Yep, it's hitting pretty good there now. Goodness. Please stay on that camera, man. That is... wow. Yeah, that camera's picking up a bit of winds there, too. Dude, that one was crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, there's still a dude walking out there. Like, nothing's even happening. This is probably more on the western sides that's, you know, not being as impacted right now. Maybe. Alright, yeah, let's hop back over here to that view. Yeah, whenever that comes back up, actually, we'll do the two cam again. Whenever that comes back up, we'll zoom back into that. That was... pretty crazy. That was pretty wild. Looking at the visible, I don't see any clearing in the storm. So that eye is not there yet. Yeah, she's not peeking through quite yet, but let's see here. Get rid of that. We'll pull up our... let's pull up our other one here, the clean infrared view. Yeah, look at it. See that little spot there? That's right there where that low is located. Which, if we play that in time, yeah, the southern coast out there by, like, Dawkins Pin and some of those areas by Hayes, it's getting really slammed. Yeah, that really strong. You see that big band right there, y'all? The big inner eye wall band there. That's just... crazy. Oh, there we go. Here, let's hop back to camera for a minute. This is out there in halfway tree. Definitely getting windy out there now. Goodness. Wow. Holy cow, dude. That wind's getting pretty bad out there as well. I have no idea where that's at. Halfway tree. Not sure if this is near where it's at. Oh, okay. This is by Kingston, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one's just not loading here. We'll keep that back up. Yeah, I think that one cam we were just looking at is right there. That was... will Cat 4 winds be observed on land in Jamaica? There's a real possibility, yeah. I mean, she's a Cat 4. They have winds up to 175. Well, gusts up to 175, but yeah, sustained at 140, which keeps it a Cat 4. Yeah, that was honestly pretty wild. Yeah, like I said, likely some really nasty conditions out there by Dawkins Point. or sorry, Dawkins Pen, sorry, in Hayes, south of Maypen, south of Old Harbor, out there near Alligator Pond. Not too crazy on that one camera. Just a little bit windy. Oh, wow, look at that palm tree now. Wow, dude. Never mind, the wind has picked up quite a bit out there. Yeah, there's that swaying palm tree I was talking about. Wow, dude. That is something else. Yeah, that camera didn't want to work. So whenever we get a good camera that works back, we'll pull up full screen again. But yeah, look at that thing. Really, really. She is power and chugging along, man. I tell you. She is really, really, really trying. Especially those few pixels you see right there. That's like the core of the storm. That camera's not as crazy. I think at one point it was. Judy says palm trees are incredibly strong. They sure are. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that, y'all. It's pretty windy there. It's hard visibility. Which is why you don't see many down after a strong hurricane. Yeah, no, they're very, very, very strong trees, that's for sure. There's a car out there. What are they doing? There's people still driving around in this. Typical day in the life in the tropics, I guess. Yeah. Oh, they got their trunk open. Just kind of spying on them. Why'd they zoom in on them? Alright, that camera, that's gotta be up in like the northern part, away from those winds, because it's like very calm. That's out there in Flatbridge. Flatbridge. Let's see where that's at. Let's see. Yeah, let's see where Flatbridge is. This is probably it here. Is that it? That might be it. It's a little more inland. Interesting. Yeah, this is out in Kingston here on that camera. It might try to get close. Nah, Andrea, it's not going to get near Cat 5 again. The storm's, whoa, what are you doing, camera? The storm's not going to be a Cat 5 anymore. It's honestly, like I said, it's a middle level Category 4. As of the current information that we got available to us. What is, cheese. Got a piece of cheese in my refrigerator. Got some cheese. Nice. Nothing better than storm tracking and having cheese at the same time. Yeah. So let's do a little bit of an update for y'all on the official track. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so here's the official latest track here that we got going on. So like I said, we still have those tropical storm warnings in effect out there. Let's see, for southern Haiti. Like I said, we have a hurricane warning in place for Jamaica, which is pretty obvious. Same thing for the Cayman Islands and the eastern Yucatan out there. So watch out there for those regions. The western side of the Yucatan Peninsula, we have that tropical storm watch in effect. Okay, let's hop back to this camera for a minute. Goodness, dude. Certainly picking up. They need to pan it back to that palm tree. Paper Deb says 100 mile an hour or so. Well, it sustained at 140. Yeah, sustained around 140 with gusts up to 175. I did a conversion earlier. Let's hop on back here real quickly, though. I did do a conversion earlier to the how fast the winds were in kilometers an hour. I don't know if I closed that tab or not. I think I might have. But yeah, it was over 200, I think like 220 kilometers an hour. Roughly. Wow. Oh, here it is. I'm dumb. So 140 mile an hour sustained, like 225 kilometers an hour out there. Sustained winds. We have winds up to 175, which brings us to about 281 kilometers an hour. That's crazy. Yeah, we're still gusting over Cat 5 strength, so, or we're gusting into Cat 5 strength. Y'all see that sign on the right-hand side? Kind of hard to, it's right on the edge. They're panning away from it. Yeah, Flatbridge isn't looking too crazy right now. We might run into storms down in Tupelo. Not too sure what's going on out there. Sorry, I'm just casually eating cheese. Yeah, like I said, guys, once it works its way back in the Gulf, it is supposed to... well, first of all, it hits the Yucatan as a Cat 1 or Cat 2. Weakens to a tropical storm, then becomes a Category 1 again. That's exactly what those hurricane hunters are doing. They're flying around it, you see? We got another hurricane hunter out. Let's see. Yeah, so there's our other one. Just took off from the Virgin Islands. Yeah, they're going to go directly into it. Wow, look at the camera. Look at that palm tree, dude. Yeah, winds are definitely picking up out there. That's out in halfway. Got a really strong band out there by Alligator Pond, y'all, down in south central Jamaica. So we're kind of experiencing our latest, or kind of experiencing some of the heaviest of that activity right about now. Dude, look how low visibility is here. You can't even see past those little houses down there. Have I seen the outflow barrel sent out on satellite? Because if you haven't, you should look at it. I have not. Wait. Are you talking about this? Hold on. Are you talking about that right there? Holy cow, dude. Yeah, we've just been watching conditions just get worse for this area here. Mostly power surges and rain, I'm glad. Good. So far, it still seems like Kingston has power from what I see. Portions of Kingston. I think we've got a tornado warning in the U.S. Let me pull that up real quick. No, it's not severe weather coverage. Yeah, we got a tornado warning up in Nebraska. It's a big mess. Yeah, we got some storms firing off in Nebraska right now, U.S. Yeah, this is a view in Kingston, y'all. Right here. This is in Kingston. The visibility is terrible. But can only imagine how those conditions are on the coast. Do you see that, dude? Did you just see him weaving it out like that? Look at him. Look at him. He is having a time of his life, man. Alright, we're gonna hop on back here. Sorry, wrong screen. This screen here. Yeah, so down here is the coast. Yeah, right there. Dude, this thing is really hitting hard. Is there any new model runs out yet? Let me look and see if we have any new HWRF model runs yet. No, we have the 12 Zulu with latest HWRF. So yeah. HAFS 12 Zulu. Yeah, unfortunately we do not have any new model runs. Alright, y'all. We're probably going to head off here soon, in about 13 minutes or so. I'll call it a 3-hour stream. I'm going to head off and go do some things. But yeah, at this point in time, we've definitely already seen some of our heaviest activity here with that storm. But she's still powering along, and like I said, obviously out there in Jamaica, we definitely do need to be very careful. like I said, obviously, say your prayers out to the people out here affected. They're definitely getting hit pretty good. I think Storm's might be trying to form an eye again. I don't know if it's going to be able to do it. It likely won't be able to do it by the time it's before leaving Jamaica. It might form after. We'll have to see. Yeah, there's some really strong wind shear out there near the Cayman Islands. Wow, dude. Let's see here. One last thing I do want to do before I head off, guys. I do want to take a look at the, what you call it again? Spaghetti models. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got a new model run that came through for the spaghetti model run. Or a new set. 18 Zulu just came out. Seems like a northeastern northeastern Mexico landfall. Seems quite possible. If not, it could be out there by Texas. So we'll see how that goes. Intensity guidance out there. Yeah, it's gonna weaken. Like I said, once it gets just off the coast of the Yucatan, just before it hits Yucatan, it might steady out, if not strengthen a little bit, and then once it hits the Yucatan, it'll get knocked down into tropical storm status, and then could pick up some strength afterwards, which seems quite possible. Yeah, honestly, y'all, I think we're gonna just call it here. We've been live for a little over 2 hours and 45 minutes, so we've been live for 2 hours and 50 minutes. I think that's going to go and conclude our coverage here for now. We'll be back maybe tonight for an update with you guys. Yeah, look out here in Jamaica, dude. Look at those cameras. Definitely a little windy out there. Hopefully they'll pan over to the west, or to the left, sorry. A little bit. But so far, so good. There's still people on the roads, which I would not recommend, obviously. Alright. Alright, guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll do an update probably later tonight. We'll see. No promises, but we'll shoot for an update later tonight. Hope to see you guys there. Alright, y'all. Thanks for joining, and we'll see ya later on.